For most people, eating foods with wheat, rye, or barley is natural and normal. Gluten is the common ingredient in all these foods. But problems can occur when gluten gets digested. Along the walls of the intestines, there are finger-like projections called villi. The villi help to break down and absorb the gluten. And inside of each villi are much smaller fingers called microvilli. Small pieces of gluten flow past the microvilli and eventually into the bloodstream. Gluten-based protein is an important part of the diet for billions of people around the world. However, for people with a particular genetic predisposition, something goes wrong with the cells of the immune system. Instead of viewing the gluten as a nutrient, they see it as an invader, a threat to the body that needs to be fought off. Segments of gluten combine with the HLA-DQ2 molecule from an immune cell. Together, they attract the attention of nearby T cells to help destroy incoming gluten. This alerts more of the nearby immune cells. The T cells release chemicals that are intended for the invaders. But instead, they harm the lining of the small intestines, which includes flattening of both the microvilli and the larger villi. This reduces the body's ability to absorb nutrients. There are also symptoms such as digestive pain, constipation, diarrhea, and fatigue. It can also lead to less obvious problems such as slowed growth and development in children, anemia, osteoporosis, and fertility issues. The condition is called celiac disease, and it affects about 1% of the world's population. People with celiac disease can no longer eat foods with wheat, rye, or barley, and sometimes oats too. Currently, the only effective treatment is a lifelong strict avoidance of gluten-containing foods. Most people with celiac disease have a gene called HLA-DQ2. This makes them good candidates for Nexvax2 from ImmusanT, a new treatment for celiac disease that's currently in clinical trials. Delivered as a therapeutic vaccine, Nexvax2 targets the gluten-specific T cells and reprograms them so they act as allies and stop responding defensively when gluten is present. Since the T cells are not being activated by gluten, patients can resume a normal diet without further injury to the small intestines. Over time, the lining of the small intestines repairs itself and remains healthy. Booster shots of Nexvax2 offer periodic reinforcements of the treatment. Nexvax2 is a targeted therapy designed to improve the health and quality of life for people with celiac disease. The Nexvax2 platform can be applied to a variety of autoimmune diseases, including type 1 diabetes.